Hello everybody and welcome to this very special one-shot playthrough where I've got some amazing guests joining me to play a pirate game, the Pirates of Scamoosh. Let's get a round of introductions going first. Let's start with our very talented Captain Redbeard. Michael, thanks for joining us. How are you doing?
Thank you very much, Guy. I'm doing very, very well. For those who don't know me, my name is Michael, also go by the Dead Aussie Gamer, and I will be playing Captain Scamoosh, the orcish Captain Pirate Redbeard. Can't wait to really sink my teeth into this character and, cause a bit of terror for this very unique crew.
That's right, that's right. They're not exactly the nicest bunch of people, but they are very inclusive. For example, the demented, the lizard folk, as played by Jacob from XP to Level 3. Jacob, how you doing?
Hey, good. I'm excited to play. Do I need to introduce myself? Because I'm Jacob from XP to Level 3, and I have a YouTube, and I do stuff there. And I'm playing, what's my name again? Scamoosh, the lizard folk, quartermaster. I have a beard.
That's lovely. I like that. Working our way round, someone who has also got a beard, but less mange, hopefully, than his character, is Dave from Nerdarchy. Dave, how you doing?
Good. I'm doing great. As you said, Nerdarchy Dave from Nerdarchy for Nerds by Nerds, and I'm playing Habashkraka. That's how you say it in Bugbear.
Sorry, how do you pronounce that?
It's Habashkraka. That's how you say that's the Bugbear pronunciation because he is.
Is that with one or two?
It depends which region you're from. Definitely not a no. And I'll be playing a druid shipwright, so I like to druid things and fix boats and order people around.
That's true. Talk about fixing things, just working our way around the clock here. We've got a certain Doctor, although I think that may be a self-appointed title, played by our wonderful Janet from World Anvil. Janet, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing great. I'm really psyched about this. It's great to be back on the high seas, I guess. And Guy informed me that my character has a French accent, I think because he wants to laugh at my French accent. So I am playing Doc Corsar, who is... wait, what am I? I'm a goblin! And I am the doctor of the ship. So I will be doing a goblin voice and a French accent, and you get to hear that, so have fun with that.
That's too much talent.
And then joining us for the first time, I'm very pleased to have you here as Demetrius from World Anvil. And you're playing a rather curious character. How are you doing, Demetrius?
I'm doing very, very well. I am playing Lafluge, the albino goblin mage, which is hilarious as an idea. And yeah, I'm really excited to see actually what I can do. I was just watching, reading through the rules, and my God, there are some really cool things mages for ships can do.
There we go, absolutely. Now, just in players' defense here, I created all the characters and gave them these ridiculous names. So please do not think poorly of my players, think poorly of me. There we go. Right. We are going to take you through some of the bits and bobs that make up the book, The Complete Guide to Nautical Campaigns, which is currently on Kickstarter and then, of course, later on available through our website. So these guys have taken some time to go through it and have some fun showing us how it works. So a big thank you to all of these wonderful people. But without any further ado, let's jump into the waves. Now we sink deep. Well, we don't sink actually. We float, basically.
We're already sinking?
Who's responsible for this?
This is not my ship. Yes, we sail out into the great ocean known as the Jarak Sea. And the Jarak Sea is a dark and brooding collection of waves that stretches out for miles in all directions and is, yes, not a very happy space. Currently, we find Captain Scamoosh's ship. What is it called? I think it's Scamoosh's Revenge or something.
That's what it's called now. Scamoosh's Revenge. Because revenge will be had for the thing that happened to me all those years ago.
Oh dear. All right, well, there we
We
go.
all definitely remember that.
Well, if you
Yes,
don't,
we never forget.
the captain kind of strikes me as the sort who would remind you on a daily basis. So you find yourselves in Jarak Sea, this great tumultuous ocean known for its dark, dark, dark blue waters, owing on account to it being a bottomless sea, as they say. And in the yonder distance, your lookout, a young individual by the name of Ploop. Ploop has just screamed from the top of the crow's nest, "Sail ahoy, Captain! Sail ahoy!"
Excellent. Be they flying the Jolly Roger, or be they the ones that we take apart?
They be the ones that are sailing the flags of the humans, I reckon.
Yeah, humans. Squishy pink flesh, good for eating. Mr. Scrouse,
Yes.
set a course. We're on the hunt.
To where? The other ship?
Aye. And wake up Lafluge. We'll need
Right.
him in a minute too.
I
I
can
look
get
to
some
everybody and I
wings.
say, everyone go that way.
Win then!
You are summoned.
I've plotted
to
our
the-
course.
All right, Scouse, you're busy plotting the course towards this ship. Would you please give me a survival check as you
Sure.
try to figure out the currents, the waves, and the waters to best
You
intercept
see, I very
the ship?
plainly explain that to everybody, but at the same time, there's a lot of skill involved with just pointing and saying that way. I need to test the winds, the waters, all of that kind of stuff. Ooh, I have +6. Heck yeah.
Oh, Captain, you've been pushing the ship so hard. She can't take much more of this.
Aye, she'll take
22.
whatever the captain gives her, and then a little more. Because she's got your worthwhile bugbear hands right there ready to piece her back together.
Oh, you know it's true. You don't have to get out and push.
That started to do So I cast wind, by the way, as well, guy.
All right, so you're going to use the ship's mage action, is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
It's called wind with an exclamation mark.
Wind with an exclamation mark. I like it. I like it. Wind with an exclamation mark. You indeed start summoning up. What is the process that you go through for casting this spell? What's your what is
Well,
the
I'm guessing that it
Fluge's
will be
approach?
the equivalent of a gust of wind, but bigger. So I'll sit just behind the main sail, the main mast, and I will just kind of go.
Blowing.
That blows.
I like it. I like it. So you can cast that twice per day.
Yeah.
And it lasts for a full... Well, it lasts as long as you can concentrate for up to a maximum of a minute. And the ship gains 10 feet of movement. Okay, that's important to bear in mind. Let me bring up that ship for
I'm
you.
guessing the idea is that you are trying to close the distance, so every little counts.
Yeah, Captain hasn't been too clear exactly on his specific orders there.
Well, how far away is it compared to us? I mean, I kind of
currently
imagined like a on the horizon type
she's
thing.
about a mile away.
Yeah.
So you called this Scamoosh's Revenge.
Yes.
All
Yes,
right,
that's
I'm
what we did.
I'm just,
That is
I'm just,
precisely what we did.
I'm just changing its name up here. I had a different name, but that's okay. That's not a problem at all. As you start sailing forward, what was your survival check? Was through the roof?
It was a 22.
Absolutely, absolutely. So with that, you can quite easily navigate these waters with the sudden gust of wind. The Scamoosh's Revenge starts to move
Perfect.
forward very, very quickly.
Scroose is very much a perfectionist. So as he's around the ship, he is making sure it moves in the slightest axes to the left and right, and it's very minute and probably very annoying. He's just left, right, left, right, right again, right more. Okay, you're good. Right again. And that's just what he's doing.
I wish we were trundled to the aft of the ship, rolling up his sleeves as he does. and he'll begin shaping water to push the ship. It is a cantrip. And instantly move or otherwise change the flow of water as you direct up to 5 feet in any direction. Here we go again. Gotta push the freaky ship.
Nice.
Very good.
So that gives you a grand total of an increase. With that wonderful survival roll of yours, I'm going to say that gives you an increase of 20 feet per round. So your ship is really sailing forward. Someone can roll a d8 for me, if you please, to determine the direction of the wind. The enemy ship is to the north. Your wind is blowing to the to the east, I should say. So north, northeast, east. So it's blowing to the east. So you're not sailing with the wind at the moment, as you are desperately trying to catch up with this large ship that you are trying to make landfall with. I am going to just add it in quickly and show you where you are position-wise. You are making your way towards the ship. The lookout named Ploop, he says, I got a name for you, Captain. It's the painted lady, sir. Isn't that the one you've been looking for?
Good. Then my revenge draws near.
Oh, thank God. So
My
you...
revenge draws.
That was there for a reason. I knew it was. All right. Doc Custard.
We are planning to
So-
attack the ship.
Doc has been beneath the ship in the hull at his altar, because he is a cleric. His god is called and he has been cleaning the altar of but as he feels the ship change direction, he lumbers up to the deck, and so of course he hears the captain calling him. Captain?
No. Oh, jeez. We're approaching the painted lady. Prepare. Prepare the negotiator.
I thought you would never ask. And he goes to get the negotiator.
We're definitely the bad guys.
Oh yeah.
we're the enemy ship the heroes kill. That's what we are.
I don't know what you mean.
Yes, there's a definite potential here for evil. All right, so you are slowly making your way northward, or rapidly, I should say. What are you actually doing, Dr. Custard?
I am fetching the negotiator, which I am assuming is some kind of weapon.
Yes, the negotiator is a weapon that Captain Redbeard invented all by him lonesome self. Why don't you tell us what that is, Captain?
Well, the negotiator is something Captain Redbeard coined in this region of the sea. It involves striking terror into the hearts of those he hunts, to let them know very quickly how much mercy is in the good captain's heart by launching a ball comprised of either the corpses or the severed heads of everyone he has ever taken captive at the nearby ship.
I'm guessing that's the last one of
That's so good and so-
you're throwing.
Yes, and the good doctor's skills at being able to obviously mend flesh and sort of stick things together makes him very, very apt at constructing the negotiator rounds to launch it at unsuspecting ships.
I like this plan.
Okay, that's that's what you're doing. I'm going to share this map with you now as we move forward. You, as I said, you are a mile away. Map has been shared. Let me show you all the map. Here's the map of the ship. If you haven't seen this before,
Very nice.
This is the range combat tracker, or distance tracker, I should say.
It even has the wind on it.
That's here. The wind, yes, is blowing to the east. As you can see, there is Scamoosh's Revenge sailing towards the Painted Lady, and this distance is irrelevant. You are more than a good mile away, slowly closing towards 800 feet is when we start going into combat preparations. Is anybody doing anything specifically before you start to get within range of the Painted Lady? I'll move around quickly. Captain Redbeard, are you doing anything?
Nope. Keeping my eye firmly fixed upon our prey.
Okay. Quartermaster Scouse.
I look over towards our majestic captain and I say, "Are we killing everyone?"
Save one. Preferably the captain or the first mate. I'll have questions first. But then, yes.
I will save
everyone
the
will
captain, as the first mate is a very redundant thing to have on a ship.
I think it is too. Seems like that usual Humie kind of foppery.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Completely.
I will kill the first mate if there is one.
Yeah, please. Be sure to do so swiftly.
There is a lot of conversation going on between the captain and the quartermaster as the ship sails towards the target. Bosun Habush, what are you doing?
I will continue pushing the ship. And the closest crew person, you there! Go get a little surprise ready for them!
Ooh.
Okay. Should I use the red ribbon or the blue ribbon? Only we're out of blue ribbon, so I hope he says the red ribbon.
I don't care what kind of ribbon. Use your entrails for all I care.
Oh.
Just get it ready.
Yes. Just to be clear, sir, what surprise are we talking about here? Because there's the cake one, and then there's the box with the little bitey thing in it. I just want to make sure I'm getting the right thing ready.
Damn it, page 48, number the second one.
Oh, you mean I got to go read the manual? Oh, my God. All right, I'll be back.
The one with the powder. Blasted idiot.
Oh, that one. Sorry, I thought you meant like I was supposed to get into a cake and take all my clothes off. Okay, we'll do that one instead, he says as he scampers off.
You know, we have standards and rules and laws that we somewhat follow. Keep your clothes on.
That's great.
Damn. He goes hobbling off to go and get ready, get prepared your surprise. Dark Necromancer Lafluge, what are you doing?
The Dark Necromancer Lafluge will be definitely hexing the ship when they come in distance. I don't know what the distance is for the hex.
Yes, I think that's somewhere on the character sheet, unless someone else knows. Hexes have got quite a good distance.
For the spell?
Yeah.
Okay.
It is a ship. Actually, it's the action. Like there is an action called disrupting hex.
Yes. Does that not have a distance listed? No. Okay. It's as soon as the ship is within range, then, in terms of 800 feet.
Okay, then I will be doing that first, and then when we come in very close range, like on the 100 feet or so, I will be going for the distraction, which is essentially my register move, like essentially my signature move, which actually effectively just go surrounding the other ship and making them freak out essentially.
Nice. Dr. Crusade?
I am obeying our ever noble captain and creating rounds made of sentient flesh.
All right.
I'm stitching them together lovingly in the name of whatever his name was, and singing them little hymns.
Roll a d20 for me.
Okay.
I wonder if that's going to become alive.
18 performance check.
Most of them are dead that you're busy stitching together.
Oh my.
Most.
Yes. You continue to sail forward. The captain of the Painted Lady and his lookouts are obviously very wary sailing through this part of the ocean. They do see your approach. but they are not entirely sure whether you are friendly or not. Ploop calls down, what colours should I fly, sir? Captain? Friend, foe, or plague?
Oh,
He's
so many choices.
He's holding up 3 different banners, or pennants. Ensigns, actually. But anyway.
How far away are we? We're about engagement range?
No, you're probably half a mile away now.
Raise the friend flag. Let them know that we've got a special gift for them, eh?
He hoists out this large piece of canvas which slowly unflaps, and it says "We," WEE, and then an R in great big white lettering, and then FIENDS.
We friends.
Or fiends.
We are fiends.
As the ships continue to sail towards one another, the captain of the opposing ship sees the flag.
Guy, if I may, I have discovered all of the cool little abilities I can do, and I have one that I'd like to try to do if I can. As they put down our very friendly flag, I'm going to remind the rest of the crew by jingling some coins together and say, "There's more coin if we win, so everyone rally for pay." And I'm going to declare a 5 gold piece reward to each crewman if they win the engagement. This improves the crew quality by +1 until the end of combat. Quartermaster must pay the amount in full after the battle, or the CQ drops by 3 until the next payday. Blah, 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 all that kind of stuff.
All right. So, yes, I hope Captain Redbeard has some money in his coffers to pay the crew. There is thunderous applause.
She's in mine.
Yeah, there's thunderous applause from the motley crew of orcs, goblins, bugbears. There are a couple gnolls in there as well. There's some hobgoblins. There is a single ogre, although what he does on the ship no one knows, because no one talks to him and he doesn't talk to anyone. He just he sits, he hits things occasionally, and he makes the most delicate crochet work anyone has ever seen. As a result,
we don't know where we got him.
No one knows. He was just sort of there. But your hammocks are all beautifully labelled with your little names embroidered into the side of the sacking.
Does he have a name?
Maybe. No one really knows, because like I said, no one talks to him. He shows up at mealtimes. He eats whatever's left. I'm not sure how Dr. Crusade really deals with him at mealtimes.
I'm going to call him Thunk.
You can call him anything you like. He doesn't respond. However, you do...
He's very contemplative. He's a great thunker.
Yes, you rally for pay, so your crew quality increases by 1. This puts your crew quality currently at an amazing 3.
We have the best crew.
The best crew.
Yes, said no one ever about this crew.
Don't you hate it if you were on another ship and you're a group of adventurers and you're coming across this massive ship of orcs and goblins, and you look over and they're like, they're too stupid to do anything, and then you notice that they're increasing like their severance so they don't form a union, and it's like, what are they doing? We know economics. We're so motivated.
Oh my god!
Absolutely. The painted lady seems to have decreased her speed as a result of your flag flying, and what this does is it gets us to 800 feet. We're now on the tracker, so I'm going to ask any one of you, if you please, to give me a roll for the current weather. So that would be a D8 if you would be so kind.
We have 8 weathers.
You do indeed.
All 8.
You do.
All the weather belongs to us.
And you got an 8.
You just described England. Well done.
Oh dear. Yeah.
All the weather, all at once.
All weather, just
a
all
hurricane
weather.
and a volcano.
Hurricane. It's a hurricane volcano. Yes.
Blizzard.
A hurricane.
And a blizzard.
No, it doesn't work.
And a tsunami.
and
an earthquake.
Yes. It's everything. It's everything. It is heavy rain. It is heavy rain, and for the life of me, I cannot find that table. Where are we? Here we go. Yes. Sorry, not heavy rain. It is dense fog, which starts to blow in and wash across the oceans. Visibility is reduced to a mere 50 feet. So what that means is you have disadvantage on any rolls over a distance of 100 feet. It is simply too murky, too dark to see anything. This is as you're sailing towards them. You realize this is why they were slowing down. They were heading into this fog bank, which will successfully, well, possibly hide them from you fellows. It will make life difficult to traverse if they do get into that fog bank. They're not there yet.
Do not worry, crew. We cannot see them, but that means they cannot see us.
Very wise words, says the only human who also happens to be the helmsman. As you start moving forward, you're at 800 feet. Are you... let's go into initiative now, before I ask who's doing what. And I will roll initiative. It's hidden behind my camera. And the first person to act is Scamoosh's Revenge. It doesn't currently have any orders from anybody, so it is going to continue on its current course, trying to intercept the painted lady. So that's what she's doing. Moving on down, Captain Redbeard. So what be your actions for this turn?
Seeing as we're heading into the fog, I believe that the quartermaster may have a good idea on his shoulders. All right, all of you that look as though you've been eaten up by a kraken, you ugly mugs, get yourselves below the railing. We're gonna sneak up on them. Helmsman, follow in suit, but try and stay hidden. And I'm gonna try and I'm gonna order to not engage, but to sort of try and close distance carefully, while ideally having all of the more monstrous of us staying kind of a little bit out of sight.
I like it. Give me a stealth check, if you please, as you try and order the crew to be stealthy and sneaky.
All right, here we go. Dear Fantasy Grounds, please. Fantasy Grounds, why?
It's not bad. It's not bad.
It's average. It's average.
It's not going to beat my.
It's not a natural 20. That's not what it is.
No, it isn't. It isn't. So, all right. To the best of your abilities, you have tried to hide. That is what you were doing. It would appear that they have.
All the crew's like.
Yeah, they have not accepted your offerings, and so they are firing at you currently. What they're doing is they appear to be firing at your sails. This massive round shot from their mangonel fires. Ploop reports from the top of the mast. It looks like they've only got one, sir, so that's pretty nice. And then this massive ball of rock sails through and slams into the sails. There's a whelp from Ploop as he is flung into the ocean, dropping down and disappearing into the murky waters. He takes a lot of damage.
Poor Ploop.
As this happens, however, your sails take 23 points of damage as this boulder rips through bits of yard arm, shattering some of the stays and ripping through several of the hoists and lines and things. And not yet enough to reduce your speed by 5 feet. That requires 2 more points of damage. Moving on.
Don't these people have no manners?
Scouse, quartermaster.
All right, so change of plans here. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and do a type of attack. It is called target component. An order is given to targeting a specific component of an enemy ship. Can we do that?
Yes, you can. You have a mangonel
cool.
aboard.
Cool. So I have to make an investigate check. DC 5 plus the ship size to identify the weak point on the component. If successful, one weapon component then fires the target component with advantage. So I'm going to choose the sails.
All right, give me an investigate check.
All right.
So
I was reading the entire thing so that I could also understand it.
There we go. There we go. It's all good.
7. I stare into the fog.
See their sails.
The operators on the mangonels, 2 orcs, look up at you. Should we fire at the sails?
Yes, it will stop them from moving, but I wish I could see them further.
You want us to wait for them to get further away before we fire? All right.
No, fire when you can.
Oh, we can
fire
fire
at
whenever we like.
Fire now.
Okay. He pulls the lever. There's this massive firing of the mangonel. It sails across the water and lands probably about half a mile shy of target. All right, sir, we fired.
Well, it was close. But it
Oh, you wanted us to fire at the ship, sir? I'm sorry. I thought you said you just fired, so we fired. We'll aim next time, sir. You might want to be a little bit clearer on those instructions next time, yes?
I pull out my trident, and then I very quickly put it back, and I say,
Yes, next time aim.
Right you are, sir. Right you are. We'll follow those orders, don't you worry.
I contain my rage, and I consider cross-classing into barbarian.
You contain your rage and consider cross-classing into barbarian. All right, that is your one ship's order. You can issue 3 ship's orders in a...
I can do
turn.
3 ships orders?
No. You can only do 1. Collectively, you can only do...
Oh, the ship
you
can do
only
3 orders.
3 orders, correct.
Well, there was my shot, guys. I shot my shot, and it failed.
Yeah. La Freluge.
I will go for the hex.
You will go for the hex. All right.
Oh, boy.
So I have to roll an Arcana of DC 14, apparently.
That's right. Are you going... which one are you going with? The sparkling lights? No, wait. What is it called?
No. It
Disrupting
is
hex?
actually the disrupting hex, which is the text is on the place of the word.
Yes, got you. Sorry, disrupting hex. Absolutely. Arcana check, DC 15 to give advantage. There we go.
And
Natural
Natural 20.
Oh, snap.
Let's move.
Very
so
nice.
the ship is filled with ghosts that go in and out of the crew and around and like bleh. Pretty much.
There we go. Hopefully inspiring better saving throws. That is what La Freluge does. That's your second ship's order. That brings us to Habish Grach.
I would like to change the flow of the water I'm controlling
Sure.
and launch the little surprise. And that's the bosun rigs a single barrel with explosives. This takes a standard action. The barrel is dropped overboard. If a surface ship, if it's a aquatic ship, it floats at the top. The barrel makes an attack versus the whole AC of the target ship using my intelligence and proficiency.
There we go.
So we're using cool guy rules.
You drop this barrel over the side. The little imp looks at you. I really could have been inside to jump out and give him a surprise at the end, you know. I think that would have worked better. I do. But let's see. He seems skeptical of your explosives plan.
You know what? That's a great idea. Jump on the barrel.
My spirit was already there, he says. As he leaps over the side of the deck, his impish little body wrapping around the barrel as he sails forward, sort of waving his hand. I'm a surprise!
I don't know if a 9 is going to hit.
Yeah, everybody sort of watches as he bobs up and down and floats gently towards the opponent's ship.
You were supposed to light it first!
As he's sailing into the fog, he turns around and he's like, well, I'm not going to light a barrel I'm sitting on. That's just stupid.
Hamish, is that crewman escaping with one of our barrels?
He's on a special mission, Captain.
All right, he's on a special mission indeed.
Just mage, if you get a chance, firebolt that barrel.
Just imagine the imp like,
Exactly. I'm at the prize. I'm at the prize. He says as he disappears into the fog. Doc Crusard, you are up next. Unfortunately, your ship has taken all of the actions it can for this particular engagement, so that limits you to doing things that you would do as a character.
Yes, I would like to do something to the crew. Is that a ship action?
It is indeed, I'm afraid. So you
So I can't-
not this round, no.
Pack them full of something that may or may not be absinthe.
No, but you can indeed get it ready and prepare without too much of an issue. But yes, so you can suggest to the captain that that's the actions taken next round, if you so choose. Otherwise, you are free to do whatever character actions you might do as well.
Well, Capitan, I have a certain tonic which I feel might be most beneficial in this situation.
I like it. Very well. Feed it to everyone but those two. And I point at the orcs on the mangonels at the moment.
I shall prepare it.
He runs downstairs to get the tonic.
All right.
Oh boy.
Is all you can probably hear.
You rushing down to
Freaking love goblins.
to go and get this tonic.
Freaking love goblins.
Scamoosh's Revenge. We're back to the top of the round now, so your actions are all back. Your ship's actions are back. The captain has asked that the doctor be allowed to issue tonic, so bear in mind you will need to release one for that. Now we get to the end of the round. We need to roll a 1d20, so anyone can roll a d20 for me, if you please. If you just don't roll poorly. There we go, we've got a 7. Okay, there is no complication. The waters remain watery, and you continue to move forward. Your ship's speed
Oh, good.
is greatly superior to the enemy's ship speed. I'm just going to double check here. Yes, your speed is currently a whopping 65 feet per round. Their speed is 45. So what that means is you close the distance by 1 joint, bringing you to 400 feet. So if you have personal attacks, archers with longbows and the like can start to fire if you
Guy,
wanted to.
what
Yes,
is
sir.
the armament of our ship? We have mangonels.
You have 1 mangonel and you have a ballista.
Okay.
Correct. As you sail towards the opponent, they will enter the fog at 300 feet, and then they will no longer be visible until 100 feet, and we will go into a cat and mouse game. Where's my initiative tracker gone? There we go. All right. The sea rocks gently. Captain Redbeard, 400 feet. You can definitely see that their crew are busy strapping on armor, busy sharpening blades. There's a man, very portly man with a big feathery sort of hat, wandering around, busy pointing with pudgy fingers as his crew are getting ready for combat.
All right. Captain Scamoosh will sort of draw his curved blade and point it towards the orc on the mangonel and say to the crew, "Grab him, lads, and lash him to one of the barrels."
What did I do? I was just following orders.
I'll sort of walk up. "Fire the mangonel. You would waste our precious ammunition trying to be a smartass. Well, let this be a lesson," he says, pointing to the rest of the crew, "for those what dare decide to backtalk one of my officers." And I'm going to have the group load him into the mangonel that he was operating, have the new orc then sacrifice him to the gods. If the ship is equipped with a rowboat, but I'm going to, well, I'm sorry, I did take a bit of liberty of that. I mean, I can use a rowboat if you'd like.
We'll sacrifice one.
Yeah, if the ship is equipped with a rowboat, the crew, complemented by 2... Oh, grab that orc too! And deduct 1 rowboat from the ship's manifest. Drop the crew quality by 1 as 2 dedicated old sailors take a rowboat and attempt to ram the pursuing ship. The rowboat is full of barrels of oil and carries an open flame. Make a crew quality check to hit the AC of the ship's hull. If the rowboat hits, the pursuing ship then takes 8d10 fire damage to its hull, and the pursuing ship immediately loses 10 foot of movement until the fire is put out. Okay. If it misses, however, the sailors can be retrieved later after combat.
All right.
So instead of, yeah. I mean, yeah, we can put them on a ship on the mangonel. Yeah. I mean, no one says they have to be sailing towards them. I mean,
that's all right. I'm happy for you to sacrifice. They're bound. They gagged. They're sort of wriggling around. The rest of the crew are very sullen about this. They quite liked Harrel, the orcish helmsman.
Anyone wants to complain, they're more than welcome to join with another seat.
Absolute silence as the waves gently tickle the sides of your ship. There is a moment, and then the new orc looks at you.
We're ready to fire, sir.
That's what I like to
Congratulations on your promotion.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Hard work, dedication, and my parents led to this moment. Very proud.
The captain sort of places his hand. Yeah, yes, if you would, please, Doctor. A few words to bid our comrades farewell.
May they burn brightly. And
Make your attack. Your crew quality is currently 3.
Okay, so it's a D20 plus 3.
D20 plus 3, you can just drop it onto the hull of the painted lady.
Okay, I don't know how to add plus 3.
Just in the modifier, type in 3.
Oh, okay.
Click on the modifier and just
yep.
3. Yep.
Cool. And is it the Red Death or the Prime?
The painted lady.
The
actual ship on the map.
Oh, the actual ship. Okay, yeah. No?
No, otherwise just roll it in the chat. Doesn't matter.
Okay. Yeah! Oh, that's a 9.
Everybody watches as the two orcs sail forward and then split because they weren't tied together. They were just tied up and land neatly on either side of the hull of the other ship.
I very, very slowly look at the orc that just fired them.
It's the ship's rocking too much. He says in.
No, it's not.
No, you're right. It's not. It's the mangonel wasn't calibrated properly. Grumble. The painted lady fires again at your sails, desperate to try and escape, hits again, and there is this almighty explosion of timbers and lumber as your sails take a further 24 points of damage. Your speed is now reduced by 5 feet, bringing you down to 15 feet bonus over your base of 45, as she's desperately trying to escape from you. That takes us to Scamoosh.
All right, so I have another action I can do. And this action is.
Bearing in mind, you do need to keep one aside for the doctor, otherwise, poor old
That's
doctor's
true.
not going to.
How many actions have we used already?
1.
1. Okay, and we need to use 1 for the doctor to
return the crew quality back up. Hopefully,
that's right.
It dropped down to 2 when they watched the orcs not impact on the side of the ship.
Got it. So,
possible.
And it's still foggy. We can barely see them.
Yes, they're about to move into dense fog.
Okay. There's not a whole lot I'm gonna do here. You know what? Actually, are we trying to get closer?
Aye, we are.
All right, good. Let us lighten the load then. The order is given to. Let us rig for speed. I know the waves and can order the crew to rig the sails for more speed. The ship must make a DC 5 plus a ship size to gain additional 5 feet of movement per round. This effect lasts until the duration of the combat.
All right.
Is this an action as done by the ship?
It is an action as done by the ship, correct.
Oh, I see. Well,
yes.
Maybe we won't then, because we can save the actions.
For the doctor. All right.
Then I don't do anything. I will wait.
You continue to wait to get closer.
Yep.
Absolutely fine. The where are we now? La Fluge.
If we have an action more, I will try to do some ship mending, because it seems that our sails are
tattered. Yes, there is severe damage. You have lost almost 50% of your ship's sails. Almost.
So I will be doing some ship mending then.
Excellent. Just take us
As a
through.
standard action, the shipmates can use the magic of the ocean to repair 1d4 hit points to any ship component.
There you
No
go.
spells or material components are necessary. So I'm just rolling a d4. It's not too much, but it's something. 2.
2 restored. Okay, takes you further away from 50%, which is always good. You perform your ritual. Habish Grachak.
Well, if that's all the actions, I don't have anything for range. I am just waiting.
All right, you're waiting. Okay, and then Doc Crustard. You have.
I have the tonic. What do you like some tonic?
He rather, sorry, I forgot my pronouns, brandishes a bottle that looks green and smells like fish urine, I would imagine. This is the invigorating tonic action. The surgeon's lot in life is to keep the crew alive, and tonics are excellent at that. The surgeon orders crew to distribute a tonic. For the duration of combat, the ship gains +1 to their crew quality score. Invigorating tonics use up 1 medical store, and the tonic can only be issued once per long rest.
Lovely. All right, so that's what you've done. You have issued the tonic. Your crew quality has been dragged up to 3.
Delicious.
Hopefully helping.
It's like hairs on your hairs.
As it's being distributed, I'll basically look at Thunk. Now, Thunk, remember, you're not allowed to have any because you fell into a batch of it when you were a baby.
The giant ogre is just sitting embroidering what looks like 2 mermaids in a heart shape. He doesn't even
Damn, you're adorable.
look in your direction. We go to the top of the 3rd round. Someone roll a d20 for me, please. Anybody roll a d20 for me? The wind is... we've got lots coming through. We had
Oh, wow.
a 2 there from Grachach. Scouse, for a moment you were worried that there was a bit of a wind starting to pick across the tops of the waves that are splashing against your hull. It might have indicated a change in the weather, but it didn't. Just enough not to cause anything to happen. Your speed is currently 50 feet per round. The enemy ship is still moving at a paltry 45, which means you close to 300 feet. They have now vanished into the fog. You have full disadvantage on any attacks made against them. Your ballista are now firing, still with disadvantage, if you wanted to use your ballista as well as your mangonels. So you can now do that as well, if you so choose. Captain Redbeard, are you doing anything as you close distance?
I'm going to issue an order. Hey, Bish, see if you can do anything about those sails. We're going straight into the fog, boys. Eyes sharp, sword sharp as well. And that's it.
There is a general muttering of, it's about time. Finally. Oh, didn't sharpen my eyes. What specific order are you giving, Captain? If you
none. I want to save one of the orders for the bosun to...
All right. Perfect. Makes absolute sense. That's what you do. Where are we now? Skros, you're up next.
All right. So we're saving one of our actions, right?
One action
we've used...
has been ring marked, yeah. You've
one
got
done.
2
We want to
left.
save one for the bosun? Okay. If you guys don't mind, I want to shoot this ship. So actually, I want to try to move closer to it. That's a big thing I want to do. Okay. So if we can rig for speed and try to gain an additional 5 feet of movement per round.
All right. Your DC is 10.
DC is 10, and I need to make a... what do I need to make?
I think it's... wait, rig for speed.
Quartermaster knows the way to go order... I think I just make a survival check, or do I need to make a...
The ship must make a DC 5, so that's the crew quality. So roll a d20 and add 3. You need to be 10.
Okay.
Aren't you glad you have that tonic now?
Oof.
Yes.
Not if it's a 3.
Not if it's a 3. There's a scream. Oh dear.
Scrooge just goes, go faster. And then nobody listens.
I feel like we've got one too many Pilbos on our ship.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the problem when you're the monsters on the ship. You see, this is what normally happens. We just don't get to see this. So yes, you shout, "Go faster!" and the crew kind of looks at you, and the one who's busy sharpening his blade starts sharpening his blade faster. So that's what he's busy doing. As you've given that order, which sadly failed. The where are we now? Oh, the Prime. They can't see you. They're not going to do that. Lafluge.
Lafluge, we have one more action remaining, right? So I'm going to give it to the bosun.
Well, there's one that's ring fenced for the bosun already.
Yeah, don't.
And there's one left after that.
Yeah.
Okay. In which case, how many feet away are we now? 300.
300.
In which case, I will cast Protection of Magical Forces. I will go drag essentially the totem we have on the ship, and I will start dancing around saying, "Get better, everybody!" kind of thing. Effectively, what it does, it adds one more to our crew quality.
That's right. Do you have to make a check for that?
No.
Protection of Magical Forces? No, you do. You have to make a DC 13 performance check.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Let me perform it.
Please succeed.
Handy world.
Honestly, I want to know what this looks like when it fails, but
Oh,
oh no, academic interest.
It's just Lafluge belly dancing.
You were busy. You were jumping around the ship shouting. What were you shouting?
Please be better. Please be better.
Please be better. And you're holding up the ship's effigy, which is supposed to bring the ship good luck. As you bounce up slightly, the ogre, who some called Thuck, just backhands in your direction, and the entire effigy is decapitated in your hands as you're holding it up.
There's support your house!
There is apparently no beneficial effect to that at all. Habish, the captain's asked you to do things.
How much damage has the sails taken?
The sails are currently on 45 points damage out of 100. So,
And how much of that was dropped our speed?
your speed currently has only been dropped by 5 feet, but if you take another 5 points damage, your speed will be dropped by 10 feet.
Okay, so what was the cutoff that dropped our speed by 5 feet?
25. Every 25 hit points, you lose 5 foot of distance.
Okay, and we only have one action left?
Correct.
Okay, so I could only heal. I can heal the ship. So I start whacking crew members with my weapons. Hey, get up there! Get in there! You pull those sails together. You and you. Lock your legs together, and each of you hold a part of the sail and pull them towards each other.
Even I am intimidated, and I do it.
Yeah, the crew are running in all
Okay.
all directions, desperately trying to pull on one another, or against one another, or there's general crew terror. What is the result of this?
Alright, so I guess I have to make a check. DC 14. And I guess that's probably intelligence plus, we shall say... Oh, not 20!
Natural.
Hey,
20.
finally!
Nice.
Only.
Nice.
Stop! You're stealing all of them.
No, that was my first one. That was my first one.
Nice.
Does that mean double healing?
Okay, fine.
Yay! Had to try. 9 points of damage healed.
Lovely.
And it's literally just two goblins locking their legs together and holding on the sails and pulling into each other.
and clearly neither of them skip leg day.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Romance blossoms at the top of the mast as we find Doc Christard running around.
Yeah, so the captain called for us to bear arms, as it were.
Yes.
I have plenty in my quarters, but I don't think that's what he meant. So
Nice.
thank you. So he goes, yes, it's time for the rearranger. And so he runs down, grabs something, and we'll come back next round.
right. I like it.
Oh my.
Okay, she has acted already. That takes us to the round where we need to just check to see whether the weather changes. Someone roll a d20 for me. We're round 4 now. No change in the weather. The fog is now very, 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 very dense. Your ship speeds, you still have 5 foot of speed on them until something changes. So that means you close to 200 feet. It is murky soup that you find yourselves in. Very dark, very quiet. And every now and again you see peeking between a bank of fog, a pennant indicating perhaps where the enemy might be, or perhaps not. Captain Redbeard.
Damn. This is difficult. This is difficult. I've got. I'm trying to decide. I think what I'm going to go with is I'm going to instruct the crew. All right, we're on the last leg. All speed ahead. Everything she's got. Get close enough so that we can see the fear in their eyes when we take their lives. And I'm going to do nothing. I'm just going to...
You're going to motivate them and
point.
Get ready.
I'm a point. That's what I'm going to do.
Point and shout.
Point and shout. Yep.
Nothing better. As you're pointing and shouting, there's a... As they've fired their mangonels at the ship. Again, still firing at your sails. They want you to slow down. Sorry, they should have been with disadvantage. That's already a 4, so they completely fail. You all watch with bated breath as this massive boulder sails between your sails and disappears into the oceans beyond, where there's a large splash and someone is shouting, "Oh, I am trying to be a surprise. Leave me alone." As nothing seems to take effect. Scrouse, you're up next.
All right. Are we going to attack this round? Yes. Okay. Good. I'm going to order the crew to add extra weight to the shot and do a weighted shot. It does have the range. That's so right, I feel we're close enough. Are we still good enough to try to hit or no?
You're using a mangonel, so you would normally just have a normal attack on this one, but Perfect. Because of the fog, it's with disadvantage.
That's fine. We might do extra damage. Not like we can hit anyways. So yeah, I'm gonna try to do that. The crew has to succeed a DC 14 Strength check to succeed. So our crew modifier is 3.
That's it.
It's a 16.
Nice. Yes.
So the weapons will fire with a weighted shot, meaning that they have disadvantage, but they will have an extra D10 damage if we hit. Absolutely. So Scrouse is going over and he is commanding the other people to literally like a MacGyver it. It's not like we have weighted shots. We're just taking 3 more ballistas and tying them together. That'll work. We do it all the time back in Lizard Folk encampment. The 3-shot fire.
They look at you nodding. They realize that last round, the last 2 gunners were just fired off of the ship, so they will agree with anything you say, sir.
Don't worry, I won't fire you off. I will just pay you more.
They agree emphatically as you say that. The Red Death mangonel is ready to fire with additional shot loaded into it. Is someone going to give the ship order to fire the weapon?
Do it.
We'll find out. We'll find out. As Le Flurge, you are up. You have a headless effigy.
I do have a headless effigy, which I cry and I put actually somewhere in the corner to fix later because I need to fix that at some point. I will not be casting any of my spells this round. I have actually spells for the next round. So this round, if nobody else is doing it, I will be play the crew and I will fire our secondary weapon.
Lovely. So you fire the mangonel. You have Yes, make your attack. Make your attack. You have +5.
+3, right?
+3 to that attack. Sorry, yes, +3 to that
How
attack.
do I change the oh, here, yeah, 100.
Just a d20 with the modifier 3. There we go. You fire out at the hull of the enemy's ship. I believe a 13. Let me double check here. I think a 13. The armor class of the hull is... I'm getting there. Scrolling down. That's a hit. She's a large, slow ship. That is a hit. You slam into her with the mangonel.
Very nice.
You have disadvantage, Lafluge. Sorry, roll another
You have
d20 plus
disadvantage.
3. Yeah,
Roll higher.
Roll higher. Roll higher. Do it.
Do it.
Come on, Dimitri.
12 is still a hit. She's a
Yes.
Indeed. So you weighted shot gives you an additional how much damage?
D10.
All right, that's absolutely fine. So yes, your ballista is doing a significant amount of damage. As you slam into it, you're doing not ballista, mangonel. My apologies, your mangonel.
It's gonna be 4d10,
We
right?
should slam into the ship.
How much?
4d10 plus 1d10 because of the weighted shot that was added. It's not
Right,
4d10, it's 5d10.
plus
So
1d10.
you're rolling 6d10 damage.
How do I roll multiple dice?
Left click
You
on the d10
right-click.
and then right click
Left.
5 times.
That's a lot of damage.
It's hopefully 26. The dice were not with you.
Not
well,
bad.
there was a wide discrepancy there.
50%. Yeah.
26 points of damage into the hull of the painted lady. There we are. 26 points of damage. There is a satisfactory crack as the mangonel slams into the side. The 3-shot mangonel slams into the side of the ship.
Guy, when we are firing with a ship, can we decide which location we are firing? Essentially, like, are we firing the hull or are we firing on the sails? Or?
That would be the quartermaster's order target component. Otherwise,
So if not that, then it's always hull.
it always defaults to the hull. Correct.
Interesting. I like that a lot.
Habish Garach, you're up. One ship's
And
action
we're-
in hand.
One ship's action in hand. We're 200 feet away. All right, I'm gonna try and do the surprise again.
All right. You're going to try and.
We need another crimp. So I'm just gonna make. Unfortunately, it's an intelligence attack, which is not great for me.
Yeah.
But if it works, we get to blow things up.
That's true.
Hmm?
That is true.
That's a 19 on the die. 22.
That is
Hey.
amazing. This time there is no one riding the barrel to change its course or to set it on the wrong direction. So you spend your turn busy rigging up this barrel, strapping it. It sails out towards the enemy ship, bobbing over those waves, disappears into the darkness, and then there is an almighty boom. As you deal 15 points of damage to their hull, there's that wonderful cracking sound. You can hear the shouts of the bosun on that ship trying desperately to order repairs to take place. Then you hear someone shouting, "For the love of God, fire!" And there is the twang of a very large ballista as it fires towards your hull this time around. They didn't order anything specific. It hits
Ouch.
your hull, and you take 19 points of damage to the hull as
There's
this
bleeding.
very large ballista bolt slams into the side of it. Duck Crustade. There are no ship's actions left, but you are free to act if you have spells that have range of 200 feet or more.
I don't have anything that is 200 feet. But Doc Crusar went down to get the rear ranger, and
That's
he has now
right.
returned
That's right.
with the rear ranger. You hear a kind of clattering sound, and Doc Crusar comes sort of hobbling up the stairs. He has a club the same size that he is, almost. You know this to be
The rear ranger.
He's also trailing bandages. He's got little glass vials that clink together as he runs. There's several daggers. He looks like a pile of equipment with a small goblin underneath it. And as he gets onto the deck, he goes, I'm ready, just put me in the right direction.
Very nice.
There he is. Someone roll a d20 for me, please, as weather conditions may change. No, they're thinking about it. They're thinking about it, but they're not going to change anytime soon. Your distance, your speed, you are still closing on one another, and this brings you to 100 feet. You are now almost at point blank to each other, capable of seeing them once again moving through this heavy fog. They are busy loading up. You can see their mangonel is getting ready to fire, as is their ballista. They look ready for war. Captain, you're up. You've got 3 orders.
We're so close. We're not 50 feet or less yet, so I'm going to issue the focus fire and point at the ship. The officer in question, myself, must be within 10 foot of a weapon about to be fired, so I'm going to step towards the mangonel. One weapon component makes its attack against normal against the target's hull, using a crew quality as a modifier for the attack, with advantage as it fires.
Nice.
Very nice.
So your crew quality is +3 at the moment, so roll with advantage +3 against the ship's hull. So just drag the drop it into chat and we'll see if you hit or not. Armor class is 12. That's definitely a hit.
Yay!
Again, massive impact. 5d10 points of damage to their hull as your blast slams into it.
All right. Yeah.
29 points of damage to their hull. There is splintering, shattering, screaming coming. Oh, wow. Okay. Yes, as there is a large amount of damage that has now been dealt to her hull. They return fire with their own mangonel. This time they're not aiming at the sails or anything along those lines. They're just aiming directly at your hull. They roll a natural 1. Their mangonel is disabled next round. So that's offline, as it were. There's some swearing. Scrouse?
All right. So I look over at our doctor, who seems to have blood in his eyes. And I say, you want to kill all of them?
Let us kill them all! We can have soup for dinner!
I'm wondering if I can do target component, but can I do it to give advantage on the maximum casualties that the doctor wants to perform? So can I be like, aim where the crew?
Wow. Okay, so hang on a moment. This is going to give you advantage on the next attack. Yes, I'm going to say that you can. You can do that. Just make sure. Just give me an investigate check though first to make sure that you can see what's going on.
Yeah, exactly. I still have to do that, obviously. Yeah. Let's get skills. Investigation. 18.
You managed to point out the crew. Target them. Target them. Target them.
Kill them. And so if I perform a ship action, that is my action as well.
No, you are free to act as you see choose. If you perform
I am going,
action, you're fine.
And then I'm going to get ready. I'm going to grab onto my majestic spear, and then I'm also going to cast jump on myself, which triples my jump distance.
Nice.
I'm going to be ready to leap onto the other ship when I can.
Absolutely. Why not? Lovely. The next individual to act is their ballista. Their ballista fires at your hull as they're now desperately trying to persuade you not to. They are having a terrible round, completely miss. Lafluge.
Do they have any more actions as a ship?
The enemy ship?
Yes.
You're not sure. You're not sure. You can give me an intelligence check.
Okay. Because I want to see how that's going to be used.
Yeah. Nope, you weren't keeping track of what was going on their side of things. You're not sure.
So if I cast Destruction right now as an attack, and they don't have an action yet, I'll just lose essentially the action. Is that how it works? We're gonna go for the next round.
It would be a miscalculation on your behalf. The doctor is hoping to use the last ship's action for maximum casualties. So just bear that in mind.
Okay, then in that case, do we have any actions left?
You
apart
have
from one?
We have
no,
one.
it's just
We're
one
saving
action
it.
left. Correct.
Okay, then
Yeah.
the doctor can get the action. It's fine.
Yeah. You don't have a spell that's got a range of 100 feet.
I do, but if I don't want to lose it.
No.
essentially
Your
for-
character. So not a ship's action. Your
Oh
actual
no! I don't hear it.
All right. Okay, so you're just getting ready then.
Yeah.
Hebish Grachak.
So how far away are we now?
100 feet.
I will wild shape into a tiger. Or a lion.
As you do.
As you do, and kind of like pacing the front of the prow of the ship.
Getting ready. You got Scrouse busy sort of doing his sort of leg warming exercise to jump, and now a Liger on the front of the ship.
I love
All
how
right.
casually you say that, Dave. I just turned into a tiger.
Duck Cristard, are you going to give the order?
Maximum casualties.
All right. The attack is made against the ship's helm AC, so good luck hitting that. You do have advantage. You are firing the mangonels, I assume. So,
Yeah, I would think so.
Yep. So
What
it's
am I?
D20 plus 3. You need to get an 18 in order to hit.
with advantage. So.
You do have advantage, correct?
And you just. There we go.
There we are. 17. With bated breath, everyone watches as this mangonel sails towards a cluster of soldiers on the opposite ship. The soldiers see the mangonel ball rolling towards them, and they part like skittles, and this thing sails between them and into the ocean on the other side. I am still being a surprise. And it fails to connect with them, sadly.
So close.
But
So
I
close.
wanted to kill them. That is so sad.
The orc at the helm. Definitely the mangonel's not calibrated properly. We'll need a couple hours to
You're just not hungry enough for it yet.
The round comes to an end. Give me a d20 if you please. Someone, anyone? Not a one, just don't roll a 1. There we go. Okay, not a 1. There's some double 1s happening there. Otherwise, nothing happens. Your speed is still greater than theirs by just 5 feet. That means that you have now closed to 50 feet. You are within boarding range if you so desire. Captain Redbeard, what are you doing, sir? Mangonels are no longer effective at this range.
All right. So just to
Only
clarify,
onwards.
the if I take a ship action, I can still take an action for myself as
Yes,
well,
of
or
course,
is it?
absolutely. Well, it depends on the type of ship action that you're taking, but generally speaking, it's a free action or a reaction to issue a ship's order.
So, seeing obviously what both Scrouse and the Doc are up to, the captain sort of points at the ballista and says, "Send in the negotiator. Kill them all." And I'm going to use the... sorry, go on.
It was just the kobold ballista operator.
Yep. So the kill them all action is a horrific attack which targets the crew of an opposing ship. The attack can be initiated when the target is 100 foot or less. One weapon component the ship focuses on hitting, it hits the crew instead of the component. An attack made by this is against the helm's AC, and if successful, roll 2d6 and subtract that number from the enemy crew.
Correct. So, give me your attack. You have a +3. Your DC is 18.
Okay, +3. DC is 18. Nah, that's a 10.
The ballista bolt sails across towards the enemy ship. It does appear as if they're better trained than your crew, Captain. Oh, Captain, my Captain. Yeah, perhaps the initial firing of the 2 orcs lowering your crew quality by 1 may not have been the wisest of actions, but it certainly sent the right message.
I sort of frown at this notion, and can I see the helmsman on their ship?
You can give me a perception check.
Perception check. Oh. That's not Stello. Okay, here we go. Whoops. Sorry, that was with. No, yep, no.
No.
Even if, yeah.
Okay. No, there's feathers and bright colours and happy humey things going on that ship. You can't.
All right.
You can't tell neither from none.
Is there any notable crewmen that I can look at, like that I can identify?
Yeah, sure. There's bunches of them moving around.
I'll find the most notable one, and I'm going to take from my jacket pocket my hand axe, and I'm just gonna huck it at this dude.
Yeah, okay. Make your attack. I think you have disadvantage because of the range.
Yes, I do. 10.
Like pretty much everything else your ship has discharged this entire battle, it misses.
I'm gonna use my action surge, and I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna pick up a different hand axe.
Oh, that's my hand. You could have it, Captain.
Yup, this is mine. All right, so I've got disadvantage again.
Yeah.
Let's try this. Come on, come on! I want to hit someone in the face. Come on!
Your ship gains 5 feet of speed because you've thrown so much stuff overboard now. No.
I've thrown a barrel, some crewmen, some axes. Yeah, that's...
You have indeed. They are now returning fire, and they are attempting to kill them all. They realise that they need to reduce numbers because your piratical crew is definitely about to board them. So with terror, they are firing the attack against your helm. They fail. Their ballista sails over the heads of all of the individuals. The helmsman, the human, looks up. He's like, as it completely misses. La Fleuge.
So, Le Fleuge.
You've got 2 ship's actions left.
Yes.
If you wanted to take ship's actions. Otherwise, you can still use all of your necromantic powers if you will.
Which I will at this point anyway. I think that we can try to prepare for the boarding. So what I will do is I'm gonna find the captain. I mean, he must be quite visible. He's the captain.
Yes.
And I will.
Yeah.
And I will make him sleep.
You will try making him sleep. Okay.
Oh, other one. Never mind. You know me. I was sitting there like getting frustrated, and he's like, "Calm down, Captain. Shh, just have a nap."
Yeah, I thought you were gonna put our captain to sleep.
That's what I thought.
All right, you attempt to put him to sleep. He gets to make. He doesn't get to make a saving throw. You get to just roll your hit points.
Yeah, actually, I just roll 5d8 of hit dice that I'm gonna put to sleep around him essentially.
Yeah.
Hey, night.
Nighty-night. Hopefully, we never know.
Yeah.
Is that the d8?
Yeah.
Where's my? Oh, here it is. So.
23 hit points worth. You send the sleep out, and it affects an area. Am I correct in saying that? I think it does, yes. So the captain seems unaffected, but let me just do some basic maths here. 1, 2, 3 crewmen on their side drop to the deck completely asleep.
Nighty-night.
Their captain, you can see sort of looking around frantically, and then he sort of curses in your general direction. Tiger, or lion? Are you tiger burning bright? Or are you lion?
I'm going lying.
Okay.
So how far away is the ship now?
50 feet.
50 feet.
Yep.
Well, it's still a little bit far. All right, screw it. I'm gonna running leap. Will get me 25 feet,
Okay.
and I will kitty paddle towards it.
Lovely.
Amazing.
Premature boarding.
There we go. You leap into the waters and start swimming towards the ship. You will.
I'll dash. You'll dash.
Yeah.
So that'll get me there, I think.
It will indeed. Definitely covers the distance. Not a problem.
And as a bonus action, I will change from a lion into a giant spider so I can stick to the hull.
Amazing.
Nice. Okay. Yes. The human ship has noticed you, and now they're more terrified. because it was
It's a tiger! It's a spider!
It's even worse! As you start making your way towards them, the kobold on the ballista looks at you. Can I shoot him? Anyone? Can I shoot? Doc Crusade, you are the last for this round. The ship's got 2 actions in hand.
Holy crap!
You can only issue 1 order, but
Fire.
I was all, because now we're in cantrip range. I was all ready to necrotic their asses.
you can still do that. Remember, you can issue an order as a reaction, and then you can still take your normal actions.
Yes, then that is what I shall do.
Fire! He says as he pulls the trigger. It sails across the gap. He has a hull +3 on this, as we've established. He fires it at their hull. It's a solid hit, so 3d10 damage to their hull.
Very nice.
17 points of damage to the painted lady, putting her on very dangerous ground, as a matter of fact. Then what are you doing for the remainder of your action, Doc Crystal?
I have questions, and then I shall tell you. Are any of the crew members damaged?
No, currently they've only been thrown overboard, so that doesn't really result in damage as so much as just never being seen again.
They're not damaged, they're just floaters. Okay. Is there anybody who looks important? I can see the captain, I guess.
Yes, everyone can see the captain. He's wearing a big feathered hat. Idiot.
Good. Very good. Doc Crusade says, "Enough of this! Let's get to the killing already!" And he points like this at the captain, and he casts Toll the Dead. You point at one creature you can see within range, 60 feet,
Yeah.
and the sound of a dolorous bell fills the air around it for a moment. They need to succeed on a wisdom saving throw or take 1d8 necrotic damage.
Wow. His saving throw... I did not roll that in the right place. His saving throw is a grand natural 1, so do your damage. He is terrified as he hears this bell ringing out around him.
It sounds like his funeral bell.
The bell tolls for thee.
Apparently.
Specifically, it just goes clonk.
He goes, oh, what was that? Terror, fear, and general unhappiness. He takes one.
I need to move!
He takes 1 hit point worth of damage.
You bastard!
I need someone to roll a d20 for me. We are there's an 18 came in first there, Scruss, straight off the bat. No change in the weather. The fog persists. It remains. Your ship's still moving 5 feet faster than them, which means there is a significant moment as the 2 ships glide next to one another. The human helmsman has decided ramming was not ordered, so he's not going to do it because he's not an idiot much. And so,
oh no, he's on our ship. He might be an idiot.
He might very well be an idiot, yes. So the 2 of you have come almost cheek to cheek. The ships are close enough. Your distance,
so nice.
Your actual distance in real terms, we're no longer on this map anymore. I'll shift us over to a new one. But your actual relative distance is now 10 feet apart.
Oh boy.
So that is the jump distance if you need to jump, bearing in mind that you will have the ability to use ropes and things which will enhance that. So we start. Captain Redbeard, you can still issue ship's orders. You can still issue orders.
All right. So the captain, having thrown his hand axes, and basically they seem to have just not been able to hit anything on, tangible. The captain turns back to sort of look at the crew, and you can see very quickly why he was named Captain Redbeard. His eyes are basically bleeding, like just from pure rage, as the capillaries in his eyeballs have just burst, and he's just covering his beard in blood as he turns and grabs the wheel, and he is going to use a ram them action for the ship action to veer us very quickly and sharply in a moment of rage towards the ship. The ram them action, as performed by the captain, if the distance between the 2 ships is 50 foot or less, the attacking ship has a and the attacking ship has a greater speed than the target, the captain can attempt to ram the target ship, making a crew quality check against the target ship hull.
Yes.
If
Are they faster than us?
succeeds, they take 16d10 damage, and the attacking ship speed is reduced to 0. The target ship speed is then reduced to 20 foot. Both crews suffer 1d10 casualties.
There you
So, yeah.
go. Captain, you have +3. You got to hit a target of 12.
All right,
Oh,
here we
hi.
go.
A natural 20!
Down!
When it counts, it counts. So there you are. I need,
Very nice.
please, the spider to give me a reflex saving throw.
Oh, damn, yeah,
Dexterity
sorry.
saving.
Oh, no.
Whoops.
And squished.
It's close enough that you managed to scuttle around to the side as you watch as the ship... It looked as if you were going to come in on a parallel course. A nice, safe parallel course. And then suddenly Redbeard grabs the wheel. You see the human helmsman just throw his hands up in the air and cover his eyes as the Scaramouche's Revenge slams into the painted lady, dealing
That's a lot of dice!
my god.
70 points of damage. She is in major, major trouble. There is a listing, creaking, shattering sound, and it is just phenomenal, the amount of damage.
That's great.
Yes.
That wasn't even a good roll. Look at all the ones and twos.
Exactly. Your own hull, of course, takes damage too, but that's okay. Where are we now? I will just drop that onto your ship there. Where are we? Where is the Revenge? Why can't I can't find the Revenge. Oh, there she is. All right. Yes, you take damage. They take damage.
Yep.
Sorry. Yes, go for it.
Oh, I was going to say, there's also 9 casualties on both ships.
Yes, so your crew is
boy.
reduced by 9. Theirs is reduced by 9. This is, for them, tragic. For you, not so much. As
It's okay. We have things to do at the parties.
They are replaceable.
All right, and I say, anyone from the boarding party left on this ship is going to get launched very quickly and very angrily at their captain.
that's what you're yelling. All right, that instills terror and fear in everybody. That's your action. They're not firing mangonels. They can't. It's too close. Scrouse, you're up next. I'm going to share the map with you so that you can have a look at it. Let's have a look as we go into this. You are aboard.
Very nice.
I put you there.
So, I've casted jump.
You did.
Can I just leap to the other ship?
Absolutely. Jump.
Okay, I can leap up to 3 times what I normally can.
Yes.
And I believe if I have a running start, I can go the amount of feet that equals my strength score, which is 14. So I think I could go almost 42 feet. I don't want to go that far because I will fling myself into the
Everyone
ocean.
watches as Scouse disappears into the ocean on the other side of the ship.
No, I'm just going to jump and I'm going to try to duck and roll and land about here.
Lovely. I will pop.
And then,
yes.
that is just my movement. I would also like to use my other spell slot to make it even foggier and cast a fog cloud to hopefully create a lot of disarray on their side of the ship here. That is a 20-foot radius.
Okay.
And I'm going to do right there. Fog. Here.
There is a
And
vast amount.
I jump onto the other side, and you would just watch as what Scroose just goes, and then he's gone. It's just fog.
There's just fog. I'm populating the
fog
ship
everywhere.
quickly with the enemies that are on it.
And that's what I do.
That's what you do. All right, just so that it's absolutely clear for all of you engaged in this combat, the tokens crewmen that are labeled as crewmen, you really do not have to worry about. They will be involved in mass combat. It is the named characters only that are the officers. So you've got Captain Projak, you've got Manus, Kane, and Guntley, who are the
Very
ones
nice.
that you really need to worry about. The rest are going to be running around fighting with your crew, who will be launching themselves shortly. So, Scrouse, you have landed on the deck. Someone does need to give the boarding action at some point. Guntley is up first. He rushes. He's in fog, as a matter of fact. He did not. He did not.
It is
expect
heavily
that.
obscured, and if it's heavily obscured, you're effectively blinded.
Correct.
So I can't see either.
Yes, he definitely can't see. You hear him shouting out, "I think we're under attack." Lafluge.
Lafluge is going to cast a gust of wind coming from him all the way to Captain Prozac and Manes and Kane, essentially, just bashing them against the other side of the ship.
Okay. I'm going to actually move Grahak that way around. All right, so you're casting your Blast of Wind. This is your spell.
Yes, so effectively what it does, it is that as long as they're within range, which are within range of 60 feet,
Yes.
They must succeed a strength saving throw, or they are pushed 15 feet away from you in any direction following the line. So I want to essentially throw them in the water.
15 feet. Yeah, you might get Kane. He might go 15 feet. Let me put them. Yeah. All right. Okay. So let me work through it.
The gust of wind can come from anywhere I want. So actually, I'm casting it towards me from the other side to fall in the water between the ships.
Ah, sneaky.
Perfect.
Sneaky. Okay. So let's go. Captain's strength check. Strength saving throw. You said.
So yeah, they have to do a strength saving throw.
Captain fails his strength saving throw. So he's pushed 15 feet.
Yes, up to 15 feet.
Okay, so he sails.
You mean that into you?
Come to me!
He goes sailing towards you. I'm going to give him an acrobatics check, simply because he could possibly. I mean, because you just push him 15 feet, right? You don't have a choice how far it is. So he's going to sail across. He's going to desperately try and catch the other side of the ship, which he does, because apparently he's incredibly dexterous with a natural 20.
Damn.
I will, however, say that you can roll 2d6 damage.
Just tread on his fingers.
Flings into the ship.
Just tread on his fingers.
Just give me 2d6 damage as he slams into the side of the ship.
I think Guy's being very generous. I would have had him slam into you.
Yeah, I think he hits the side of the ship. Manus, where are you? There you are. Manus gets to make a strength saving throw. Boy, he fails. He fails.
Come to me too!
5, 10, 15. So he will slam into the side of the ship. Manus, yeah, he's going to try and make a dex saving throw as well. He completely fails, so he's going down the side of the ship. He disappears into the water. So I'm actually going to move him over there. And the last one was Kane, whom you tried to push. And Kane is going to hopefully make his strength check. Yeah, DC 15. What's your DC for your wind? For your spell? I think it won't be 15.
I'm not sure.
It's 8 plus your proficiency, which is currently 2, plus your modifier, which is, I think, 3.
3. So yeah.
All right, so he succeeds. He's the only one who he remains holding
He holds onto the helm.
onto the wheel of the ship, trying to fight it through. So that was your spell. Are you doing anything else?
I will charge the crew, saying, "Get in there, boys!" So board action, effectively.
All right, so you're giving them the boarding action. Let me just go to that section. Boarding. The order is given. Okay, so your 56 crew of mottled mongrels, I suppose would be the better word. Your 56 crew launch themselves across onto the deck of the enemy ship, desperate to try and beat them to death. They have a crew quality of 3. Your crew have a crew quality of 3. Their crew quality is a staggering 5. So we'll get into that at the end of the round. Habish Grahak, you are spider form on the side of the ship. You've just watched 2 people sail over the top of you.
Yeah, I'm going to go into the fog cloud.
Okay.
And I'm a spider with blind sight.
Oh my gosh! Yes.
And I'm going to bite this guy. Hitting AC 16.
You hit him. You hit Guntly. Absolutely.
You giant.
So he's got to make a Constitution saving throw.
Sure thing. He rolls a whopping 4, so he fails.
All right, so he takes 8 damage, and then there's going to be a little bit of poison to go with that, which is just going to be more damage. And that's another 10.
Oh my! I've been bit by something. There's a shriek that comes from the fog.
This is the spider fog strategy.
This
Yeah.
is the... Oh, okay. Captain Projak is hanging onto the side of the ship. He is particularly unhappy with life at the moment. So he is going to use his move action. He's going to try and climb up the side of the ship. He doesn't have a natural climb, so he's going to make his athletics check. Easily enough, he climbs up next to you, La Fleuge. And as he sort of readies himself, he's going to make a swing at you. He's going to take a swing at you, hopefully. Hopefully he will miss. And so he swings at you wide, completely wide. You dastardly pirates trying to take my ship, I have at you. He shouts as he swings wildly. That's all he's doing. Doc Crusade. The crew have leapt.
How many crew would need to be alive in order to raise our crew quality? Probably more than we have, right?
Well, you currently outnumber them, so your crew, your total combat value is going to go up. But
Okay, because we just lost 9 people.
correct.
If
so-
I raised 6 of them, would
I
that...
see. That would put you. I see what you mean. Sorry. So yes, that would put you on a significant number of crewmen. That would put you, if you raise 6 of them, that would put you on 62 crew versus their 18.
Doc Crusade spreads his hands to the sky and goes, "Our work is not done!" And I cast Prayer of Healing. That's Blessed Prayer. Up to 6 creatures of my choice that I can see within range regain hit points equal to 2d8 plus my spellcasting modifier. This spell has no effect on undead, but they're not undead. They're just
Not undead yet.
they're just dead for now.
They're just dead for now. All right, roll your. That's an amazing prayer. It goes out and.
Wait, what's my spellcasting modifier? Come on. 2. All right, it's not great,
Yeah.
but that's fine. So 2d8 plus 2.
So, 14 hit points. Yep, absolutely.
Very nice.
I'll give you back 6 crew. I'll give you back 6.
Get on your lazy lots! Attack! Attack!
Him.
Terrifying, absolutely terrifying. Kane, who's at the helm, he is going to panic ever so slightly. He cannot see into the fog. He can see his captain. He can see La Fleuge. He is going to shout an order at his crew, and he is definitely, desperately, I should say, going to shout, "Repel boarders! Repel boarders, I say! Repel boarders!" He has to make a DC 14 performance check in order to improve the quality of his crew. And so he has a whole one of those. He gets it. His crew quality leaps up by 2, putting them on a staggering 7. His orders, you can see the crew starting to form up ranks. They're starting to get very military about their defense against you lot. Yule, who's Yule? Yule is out here somewhere. Yule looks at the ballista, looks at the crew, and Protect the captain! Oh no, the captain's not on the ship anymore. Oh my god, the captain's not on the ship anymore! Right, okay, so Yule runs over to the side of the deck. He leaps, or tries to leap anyway, across the side of the ship. He does so. He lands successfully. That's his movement. And this brings us to the top of the round, as the end of the round, I should say, as we go to calculate the crew battle. Swords swinging, there's yelling and screaming from your motley crew as you engage, as they engage against the human forces. We're going to do some quick calculations here. And that's the crew value. Now we are looking at modifiers. For every 10 additional crew over the other crew, you gain +1 to your crew quality. You have 62 individuals versus their 18, so you are effectively +4, which brings you to a crew quality of 7. You don't have any ship's guard, neither do they. You are not fighting on unfamiliar territory, neither are they. There's no mounted units. The captain is still alive, and a popular ranking officer is still alive. So there we are there, and they will surrender. Well, who knows when they're going to surrender. So I require one person to please roll a d20 +7. Oh, natural 20! Wow! I am unlikely to beat that. Close. 27 versus 25.
Ha ha ha! Perfect.
Yeah, your people are just fighting. I mean, this is a very close, very close combat. The ineptitude of your crew is made up in mass numbers, and so with that difference, although it was a spectacular roll, that difference, sadly, they are reduced by only 2 people, down to 16. As you continue to battle them. Something will need to be done to change this outcome. That rallying cry of the first officer certainly seems to have had a major impact. I'm going to skip through all of these crewmen, and that brings us to Klarna. Klarna over here. He has issued whatever orders he can. He is going to desperately... He doesn't know what's going on in the fog. No one does. How long does that fog last for, Jacob?
The fog is, I think it's concentration. It might not be, actually.
Okay.
Let me double check. Concentration up to an hour.
Perfect. It's there for a long time. He
Yes.
barely makes it across onto the other ship. This brings us to Manus. Manus the floating. He is
The floating.
Yeah, he's not in a happy place at the moment. He is going to give me this check, hopefully. He succeeds. Manus is now starting to climb up the side of the ship, as he is wont to do. Captain Redbeard, sir, what are you doing?
Well, Captain Redbeard did not recall inviting these 2 people onto his ship. So he's going to take a hearty step forward. Again, still has like his blood-stained beard.
Right.
He's going to take a big, meaty hand and place it onto Klarna's chest.
Right.
And give them a great big shove, trying to push them straight back off my boat.
A grapple check, effectively.
Yeah, or a shove. I mean,
Shove. All right, give me an attack against him, then, please.
Hang on. I think I can do a thing where I can give myself advantage on things. Fighting Spirit. At 3rd level, I can shield you. As a bonus action on my turn, I can give myself advantage on a weapon attack roll. So this is not a weapon attack roll, so no. Okay.
All right.
All right, shove. Yeah. 15
is a hit. 15 is a hit. Give me a strength check. You have advantage because of your planned action. He thought you were trying to hit him. You've got to beat 17. You do.
Yes!
Kalana is pushed. Ah! She falls into the water and starts floating
Perfect.
downwards, away from you. Are you doing anything else, Captain? You have a movement or a ship's order?
Ship's order, eh? I can do a ship's order. Let us order the ship to advance, because we're at 0 speed at the moment.
Correct.
So I'm going to I'm going to just get us moving. The movement action, the ship begins to move.
Before you continue with that, you look over, you realize there aren't any of your crew left on your ship to enact this order, Captain. They all leapt across to engage in combat. I was more thinking along the lines of your boarding orders, such as, say, have at them.
Oh yes, I've got okay. Well then, yes, indeed, have at them, I say in a bold, very, very strong voice.
Give me an intimidation check, DC 14.
Very well.
Or persuasion, your choice.
I think
intimidation is appropriate.
Yeah, I think my character does a little bit of intimidation.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. That is a 15.
15 is successful. Your crew quality increases by 2.
Yes.
As you intimidate your crew into acting. Scrouse, you're up next.
Okay, so I'm going to. I think there's somebody next to me. I'm going to try to attack this person with my majestic spear. Actually, just kidding. With my with my spear, and I assume I have disadvantage because I cannot see. Bam. That's a 1.
That's
so automatic miss. So I just. And then I think I can smell him. So as a bonus action, because I'm a lizard folk,
yes.
I'm going to bite him with my mouth.
Okay.
I don't have it on my character thingy, so let me just pull it up really fast. In my abilities, it's bite. It is my strength plus proficiency, which is +4. So, and I'm going to go for the crewman right next to me. It's a 17.
Okay.
And then, because I bite him, that's some damage, I gain temporary hit points equal to my Constitution modifier. I'm going to bite into him and then chew a little bit as I do 4 damage, and go delicious. And gain some temporary health from that. That's my turn.
As you're gnawing on this poor crewman, he's like, I told you, not now, Frank. As you're gnawing.
Oh, and then if I can, I'm going to, I am very blind, but I'm going to attempt to move if I can,
Sure.
Just towards the edge of the ship. I just feel the edge and I go, I found the edge. And that's it.
Right.
Bumbling around in the fog.
Goodley is flailing around desperately. I think there's something on this ship with us. Blast sake. As he's just gonna swing wildly. He has complete disadvantage. He swings at you, completely swiping above your head. He has no idea where you are. He's not even going to move either. He doesn't know where to move. La Fleuge. You muted?
Muted.
I will do my signature move again. I will try to get the captain and Mans that trying to go up the ship, down the ship, in front of the ship as we're going, essentially. Just gonna be splatted under the water.
Keel hold.
Strength check DC 13 for both of them.
Oh, goodness. Strength
It's still windy.
saving throw. He succeeds. The captain sort of stands there, the wind blowing, his feathers disappearing off into the distance. I'm charging you, feather lost, you horrid little creature. However, Manus, dear old Manus, no, he also holds his ground. They all kind of stand there as this wind opens their mouths out, and fortunately, that's it. You doing anything else?
I have a question for you.
Yes.
We do have a weapon that can fire at range less than 20 feet, which means I can actually strafe the decks, but we have our people in their ship.
Yes.
What will happen if we fire that weapon on their ship?
It's split 50-50.
Oh, let's not do that.
I feel like goblins might do that anyway.
So I will shout, protect the captain, because the captain has people around him, essentially.
Yes. All right. So you're shouting, protect the captain. well, once
No one's around me. I'm
there's-
just
yeah,
here by
once you
myself.
get near, unfortunately, you see what happens is when boarding is issued, everybody goes onto the other ship. Usually,
It's literally like watching a soccer game for 10-year-olds. You know, the ball goes onto one end of the field, everyone just sort of charges that side. The ball's back on our ship, everyone's here.
yes. Someone didn't-
Really? Okay.
Honestly, we've got both captains. I feel like we're winning somehow.
That's right. That's it. All we need to do is just sail away. That's it. Just turn. So we're good, Captain.
Leave.
We're good.
Anya.
Habish Grahak.
Yeah, and we do spider things and bite this guy again.
Oh, blast! You hit him definitely.
Ooh.
So DC 11 saving throw.
DC 11 saving throw. Oh, I am but of weak constitution, mummy.
Oh, wrong button. Let's see. There.
Oh, he drops to
So
his
16
knees.
more.
The light grows faint and I am weak. I hear the bells tolling for me. He says as he drops to the ground. He's
He
still
cannot actually
conscious.
say any of that because he's paralyzed. He's not dead. Because of the venom.
This is just drooling out the side of his mouth then. The drool contains his last words. He's still alive, barely, but you say he's paralyzed? Or is
Yes,
it-
for an hour.
Oh my god.
So I'm going to then move. I'm going to poke my head out and see this guy here, and then just poke my head right back in.
For a moment, Kane sees a spider looking at him and then disappearing back into the fog. He's like, I am not going in there. I don't. Not going in there. The Captain Projak is standing next to you, Lafluge. I've had about enough of your incantations. And he swipes at you. This time he does hit you.
Uh-oh.
Oops, wrong one. Okay, well, you take 12 points of damage, Le Fluge, as he swipes into you. But he can do it twice.
Uh-oh.
He succeeds again in hitting you. For 9 points of damage. As
You're
he
probably
basically-
fine. You're a mage fighting their captain guy.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know.
You're fine.
Redbeard turns around and says, "Oi! No one hits my crew but me!"
Doc Cristal,
Thanks, Captain.
you seeing
How are you doing there, Lafluge? How much is your ooze, Lafluge?
It's Rosie. I'm under half. But yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, his
let me
albino
get that for
body
you.
has got quite a red tint to it at the moment. What are you doing, Doc? Casting a spell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sadly, I also think in Goblin, which slows the process down.
Method acting.
Uh-huh.
Yes, I am going to cast Cure Wounds
All right.
upon Lafluge, the ooze. So there's some sort of goblinish, and I cast Cure Wounds, which means you gain 1d8 plus 2.
All right. Roll a d8 plus 2. 4 back.
That's why I hate Cure Wounds.
Yes, it's like, oh, really? Really, that's what you get back? You get back that. Are you moving around at all, Cristal?
Yes, I am.
Did I lose hit points more? I'm down at 5.
Yes, it's wounds, so it tracks your wounds. So you want your wounds to be, it's a reverse. So you were on 9,
Okay.
now you're
I
on
see.
5.
Gotcha. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I am not going to move for now. I am going to stay exactly where I am. Thank
All
you.
right, Kane is, he's not sure what's happening in terms of that battle. He can see the captain across the deck, seems to be beating the snot out of a little goblin, so that's okay. He's going to stay exactly where he is. Yule has just watched poor old Klana go over the side. Yule attacks the captain. Arid Orc! He swipes for you, Captain, completely misses. He can attack again. as this time it's a mallet. Well, not in this time. I mean, he's swinging a mallet as he does connect with you, dealing a whopping 3 points of damage.
As the mallet smacks Redbeard in the face, he sort of turns, looks back at him, and says, "Sticks and stones will break your bones, but wait till you see what I do to you."
Oh boy.
Lovely. Okay, we got to the crew battle. There's busy raging on around you in the fog. There's general swiping and cursing and goblins and orcs and gnolls and bugbears and the ogre. Who knows who's hitting who? But they're having a lot of fun. Someone from the ship, please would you roll me a d20 plus 9. So
can you please tell us what Thunk is doing? Very important.
You are
Plus
hearing...
9, that's an 18.
So that's 18 for you. You are hearing this... Is it a humming sound coming from about 9 foot above the deck? And then snapping and breaking sounds. The sounds that Dr. Crustard loves so much. So you got that. I am only getting a +7 to my roll. So they're fighting back. They are somehow managing to hold the line ever so desperately until they can see their captain. They are holding the line, so that means you have actually lost 4 individuals. There's a break in the fog for just a brief moment. You can see that Thunk is currently eating one of the goblins, and apparently does not know or maybe care that they're eating their ally. Klarna is up next. Klarna is not doing so great as they are desperately trying to correct life's errors. They're busy sailing. They've got lost in the fog bank. They're not entirely sure where they're going as they disappear down towards the base of the ship. Next up is Manus. Manus is going to rush forward. He sees what's going on here, and he's going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and then he's going to dash 5, 10, 15, and he's going to get up next to Crusade. Redbeard.
Oh, I am absolutely going to stab the hell out of this dude. Using his ornate longsword, he swings and thrusts at Yule.
You hit him.
For 11 damage.
Blood sprays out all over the deck. He looks at you weak. Oh, you stuck me. I hate you.
And then I will use my intimidation check to once again tell the boys on the other ship to have at 'em! And watch out for Thunk!
Apparently, that's what definitely needs to happen. Correct. All right, so you're shouting have at them.
19 on my intimidation
That
check.
certainly works. You maintain your +2. You keep them rallied. Skros, the
All right.
edge lord.
So, I am going to dispel the fog. The fog disappears.
Oh! Everyone says.
And then I am going to run all the way to here.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to take out 2 of my pearl daggers. I'm going to go to Guntley here, and I'm going to just very unceremoniously just stab him 2 times.
Okay, make your attack as you stab Guntley
here's
twice.
the first one. 10.
Just misses.
And the second, which is offhand, is 12.
Just
I
misses.
suck. And then I'm going to maneuver myself to about here, and then I'm done.
And then you're done. Right, there's a lot of slicing and dicing. It bounces off his breastplate. He looks at you. He looks at the giant spider. He looks at the entire situation. He is in a very unhappy space at the moment because there are so many people here. And he looks across and he shouts, very, very cowardly.
He's paralyzed?
Okay, he tries. He tries to shout out. That's as.
Wait,
much
hold
as-
up. If I attacked him and he was paralyzed,
You should have had advantage on those rolls.
No, they should be crits.
They should just be crits. Okay, that's fine. In which case, I should have remembered that he was paralyzed. I completely agree with you.
it's fine. That would be 13 damage.
Paralyzation sucks.
No, it does. It does. But he's completely rigid. Is that correct?
Yeah.
All right. You buried your daggers in him and then you maneuvered around him. He's just.
It's like he's like
stabbing
an
you.
afterthought. Like I'm running, I've disappeared the cloud, and I'm like, oh, and then I just keep going.
He is paralyzed and very dead. So that's his
Died on his
status.
feet.
He can't move.
Died on his
He's just
I'm
standing
pretty
there.
much a rigor mortis there.
Yeah. La Cluge, you have the captain standing in front of you.
So I will attack the captain by casting Ray of Sickness.
Oh boy.
All right. You cast Ray of Sickness.
Hopefully.
And he dodges out of the way as he watches your spell. You are just a cheap conjurer. I will dispatch you forthwith and fifthwith too, as a matter of fact. Are you going to move?
Will I cause him to
You
get out
will
of
provoke
it?
an attack if you try and move too far away from him. Yeah. But it's you have an action. So I mean you've taken your action, so you have a move if you want.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Or
So
not.
I'm done.
All right. Gahrak.
All right, I'm going to try and web. What is it, Kane here? That's a 23, so he's restrained until he takes an action to either try and break free or, cut himself out. So
Amazing.
he's webbed to the helm there. So he can't change course. So it's I'm hoping.
Yeah. Okay. All right. He's webbed. Oh, what the hell is this? He says. Captain Projak is busy swiping madly at La Fruge.
And wait, this is the
sorry.
bastion in the center.
Yes, correct.
I want to just start climbing up it.
Oh, easy enough. Easy enough. From here you can see, everybody can now see that they are severely outnumbered with this goblin horde. Goodly. How long does that poison last for?
An hour.
There is just a bleeding man standing frozen in the middle of the deck as life continues. So the captain has not noticed this because he's focused on the little albino goblin in front of him, whom he can't seem to hit. Although that last one did connect with him. You take 4 points of damage, 9 points of damage actually, Lafluge, as he stabs you with his rapier once again. Duck Coussard, you now have this man standing next to you.
I do.
Don't worry, I'm going to help.
I am going to cast blindness upon Captain Prozac. He's not going to be happy for long. I can blind a foe, choose one creature. He may make a Constitution saving throw. If he fails, the target is blinded.
Oh, my eyes! I cannot see anything! Ghastly little albino! He shouts. He's completely blinded.
As a bonus action, I can disengage because I am smart and tricksy.
Yes.
So I am going to do that as my bonus action, and
Alright.
I wasn't going to go that way actually,
so
but that's
you can
cool.
move. You can move where you so choose. That's pretty much.
Do I provoke an attack of opportunity from a blind creature?
No, you
No.
don't.
Then I'm going this way.
Alright, you're going up that
That'll
way.
be 1,
He's busy
2,
wandering
3,
around.
4.
Blast my eyes!
I already blasted them.
All right. Kane is stuck completely. He gets to make a strength saving throw? Against
Yes.
your web?
He does. It's only DC 12, but it takes his action.
It does indeed. It does indeed. And he does succeed. He's sort of starting to pull himself free of this whole thing. Yule is standing bleeding badly. He swipes at you, Captain Redbeard. completely fails. He swipes again, his cutlass describing a strange arc of completely inefficient swinging, dealing no damage whatsoever. We're back to the beginning of the round. However, the crew difference now is quite significant. I need someone to roll +9, a d20 +9. We're getting a 19 there from the captain. The enemy crew, that has just happened, and so they are on +6. However, if they fail this roll, which they do, the crew automatically drop their weaponry. We surrender! We surrender! It just ripples throughout. The officers that are left are shouting, "You cowards! You blackguards! I'm blind!" Busy echoing around the ship. Klana, who's in the water, just continues to drift past. He hears
Good,
the
he's taking
surrender.
it very well.
Yeah, he's not involved in this one. Manus hears the crew surrendering. He swears loudly. And then, sadly, he drops his weapons as he surrenders. Everybody, basically, they drop their weapons and surrender. We are going to move through one last round of combat. Captain Redbeard, are you going to... Yule drops his weapon. Sorry?
I will boot him. I will boot him in the face off my boat.
Why? He says as he slams into the water and starts drifting away, leaking blood. You don't have to make
I'm then gonna.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Go on. No, I was gonna say I've got the aggressive trait, being an orc, which means I can actually move a movement towards an enemy.
Yeah.
Which I will use to move to this to Manus.
Yeah. Okay.
And as part of that move, can I like sort of kick his weapon away?
No, but you can move up to him.
All right, I will.
All right, that's what you're doing. He has surrendered. Scrouse.
So Scrouse sees that everybody is surrendering, and then he hopes that nobody notices as he is taking a dart and putting it into a tube, and they're just like, "We surrender," and he just. As he shoots it at the captain, he's going to fire a blow dart. Before he does his blow dart, he is going to cast Hunter's Mark, and hopefully really hurt this captain.
Oh,
because
sure.
he
You have
wanted
advantage
this
to hit
entire
him.
time. Oh, sweet. Very nice.
Ow!
This is 23.
I'm blind.
Cool.
The mosquitoes are hitting.
He takes 5 damage, but then he also takes extra damage because I am a Colossus Slayer, and he takes an extra D8 because he's missing his hit points, which is 6, and then he also takes an extra D6 because of my Hunter's Mark. So he takes a total of 14 damage.
The bolt, the dart. Normally they sort of just stick into the skin. Yours buries itself right up to just the last little pins on the back of it. He gurgles, blind and dark.
Who did that? Who did that? I do not know who did it.
I throw my blow dart over the over the ship.
Who did that?
All of this is the saddest part. All of your ship's crew, so all of the motley horde, everyone sort of looks over the edge and starts looking around, looking at their feet. They kind of wave their weapons around. There's a general, "What me? No, what me? I think it was Brian." Just this sort of general muttering going on. Thuck, however, is not responding. Thuck is still smacking a goblin onto a human corpse, sort of watching the blood spray.
Ralph. Thunk is Ralph from The Simpsons.
Yeah. Guntley continues to bleed out without changing shape. Lafluge.
Who's gonna go to Captain Prozac and will be like, there, chill touch.
Oh my god!
Okay. Make your attack
I
with
was supposed
advantage.
to heal you.
You have advantage, so you can do that again.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait.
That's a hit. Do your damage.
So he gets D8 damage, and he cannot regain any hit points.
Alright.
Very nice.
It's a high hit point, but he cannot regain any hit points.
Oh, it's getting cold. We surrender, damn you, savages. Gachrak. Hamish.
I will just kind of like, well, let me see something real quick. Okay, my web does not recharge. I'll just come over here and kind of menace the crewmen.
There. Between you and Thuck, busy slapping down the remains of a corpse, and the captain, they definitely, they're dropping their weapons. They completely surrender. Projak, he does not get a saving throw against that blindness again for a while. Is that correct, Dr. Cruz?
I think he gets one at the end of his turn.
At the end of his turn. All right. Okay. He's not going to do anything. He's busy shouting, "We surrender, damn it! Surrender, surrender."
Yeah.
It's a Constitution saving throw. Is that correct?
Yeah, the end of each of his turns.
All right. He still fails. Damn my eyes. Doc Crustard.
Doc Crustard has had his eyes on that hat, so he jumps up, takes the hat off this guy's head,
Easy enough.
and then on the rebound, swings at him with a rear ranger. Rear ranger down!
Very nice.
You swing your great club at this poor man. Miss
Please!
neatly.
My great club smacks into the deck, leaving a dent, and I'm like, I rearranged something?
All right. Yes, and so that brings us to the end of the combat because they surrender and will be at your complete mercy until such time as you do something particularly horrific. So we're out
How
of
is the
combat.
ship doing?
Their ship has taken a lot of damage. She's
Not sinking.
She's not sinking yet. No, not yet. Not too far off from sinking, as a matter of fact. It would be a bit of a nervous journey back home for this poor crew with the current state.
Alright, I got mending.
Yeah. If they could, but currently their bosun is busy floating away in a pool of blood, which is not a good space to be in when you are in the middle of the ocean.
It is very interesting because you think they are going somewhere.
Yeah, right. Okay, so Captain, what are your orders? Your crew are standing ready to dispatch these humies.
All right, I'm going to order the crew. All right, line them up against the rail. Bring me their captain. And, Hamish, could you leave them, going away surprise on their lower deck before we pack out?
Are we not getting anything from them? We need the monies.
Oh, we'll get some stuff off them, but first and foremost, business. Captain.
Yes?
I've been led to believe that you and your ship are in possession of a certain parchment, what describes a passage to some great treasure. A map, if you will. I've been led to believe that you carry it with you.
Yes, we do. Would you let my crew live if we give it to you?
Oh, aye. As long as your map be true and you don't try to pull a fast one on old Redbeard here, your crew will get to sail safely one last time.
Okay, that sounds fair. And yes, the map's true. Could your witch remove the hex from my eyes so that I might see? Because otherwise I can't find the map. You see.
I turn to the dock.
I look up at you from under the brim of a very large, fabulous hat that until recently had feathers on it.
Yes, now it's got one very sad little broken feather.
I twiddled my feather.
I could, but where would be the fun in that?
Plenty of time.
I say entertainment for the crew. Make him find it blind.
We don't have the time. Remove this curse, and you can put another one on later.
Ruining all my fun.
Yeah, curse is gone.
Oh, I can see again. Oh,
I'll put a strong meaty hand onto Kristad's shoulder. Now, go make another negotiator. And I point at the dead bodies that are on their crew, like all the scattered dead corpses, which I wanted to stitch into him to stitch into a large ball.
So I leave off poking
All right.
Captain in the back with my rear ranger, and I go off to make a negotiator instead.
all right.
All right.
Lafluge, what are you doing while this is going on?
Well, I want to go looting. So I'm going to go on the other side of the place. I'm going to try to find things, going to the captain's quarters and just grabbing everything I can find.
All right, you're busy grabbing as much as you can. Give me an investigate check, if you please, Lafluge.
Investigate.
You are literally just grabbing everything. Inkwells, bits of parchment, clothing, and... How are you planning on carrying all of this? Because you realize there's an entire...
I'm going to wear all the clothes, stack all the hats, and then just have a bag I will just fill with everything shiny I can find, essentially.
All right, that's exactly what you're doing. Scuzz?
I am helping round up the crew, or the human people.
All right.
And are they over there just torturing the captain?
You look over, you can see Redbeard is handling the captain.
Okay.
We're not torturing him.
Yeah, I'll just be like, that's not my job. And I just go over and I'm like, get in circle, sit down, stop, don't try anything that's stupid. We have a spider, it will eat you. And I am just trying to line them up so that we can take their stuff.
All right. Yeah, the crew are absolute putty in your hands. There are only 16 of them, so it's very easy to keep track of
Very nice.
all of them. Yep. One of them looks up and says, I don't suppose that you would possibly consent to possibly, like maybe could I join your crew?
Who's asking?
One of the humans. He looks to be in his sort
You
of
want to
mid-30s. Yes, actually.
I look down and I give him a very fierce look, and as I stare directly into his eyes, I say, "Can you grow a beard?"
Well, I'd rather not, but I can. I can grow a beard.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll grow a beard for you.
Okay.
All right, I'll grow a
All
beard.
right. Very nice. Yes, you can grow a beard. And if you can't, like me, you take someone else's beard and you glue it onto your face.
You glued the dead man's beard onto your face.
Yes.
I definitely.
It's what you have to do to survive. I take care of it every day.
Right. In which case
Begin
then...
growing your beard.
Actually, then I retract my request to join your crew on the basis of hygiene.
Well, you can't grow a beard? You'd rather die?
No, wait. Who said that? Wait, is it join the crew or die?
Captain, is it join the crew or die?
Say no.
No.
Okay. So...
Just sit tight. Just stay. You're fine. Just stay. All right. Thank you. No more talking. Be quiet. I go to the next guy. Can you grow a beard?
Hey, what
No?
are you doing
Yes.
while the crew are being interrogated about their follicle production?
Well, I was told to leave them a surprise below deck, and I'm a big spider, so I go down below deck, and I begin webbing things to the ceiling. Until it's time to depart.
That will definitely be surprising for both them and your captain.
And I'm just going to clog everything with spiderwebs.
All right, you clog everything with spiderwebs. The captain looks at you, Redbeards. Well, I'll get the map for you. It's in our map room, so if that's all right, we
In
can
our
get
map
that
room.
And
I'll go with him with the point of the sword, like, you know,
all right.
jutting him forward.
You walk onto their ship. You walk past what is arguably the captain's cabin, where every now and again you see this flurry of feathers and furs and velvet as Lafluge runs around wearing way too much clothing for this tropical heat, but definitely looting the captain's cabin. He takes you into their map room, the cartography study, as they've labelled it, and opens up a drawer. You should understand that this was discovered. It doesn't necessarily lead to gold, even though it is rumored to contain the entire wealth of the Kanji Empire. It does state here quite clearly, Urantawan's tomb is not to be trifled with, Captain.
I will be the thing to not be trifled with. Hand it over!
Oh, sure. He hands you over this ancient piece of parchment.
Yes.
Don't get it wet.
I put it in my my large coat pocket, and I'll look around and I'll walk out, like pretty much almost like I own the place now. I'm just ignoring this captain at this point.
Oh, absolutely, without a doubt. You.
All right, men, we're moving out. Scrouse, grab what you can to pay the crew. Hamish, if you can hear us from down there, make sure you grab enough to fix up our ship. We're on our way. Where does the map point to, roughly? Like, which particular island?
It points to the northeast and to the island known as Kanji Island.
We'll be heading to Kanji Island. Fix her up enough to at least make dry dock there.
Those are the orders the captain has given, and so
All
it
right.
is. Yeah, sorry, what's that, Scuzz?
I said, all right, and I start plotting that course.
All right. You start to plot that course. Give me a survival check, if you please. Bosun Habish, you've done your surprise. Are you trying to steal some of the ship's stores so that you might repair your own with them?
Yeah, if I see anything down there we can use, I'll absolutely start dragging it out.
Got a
Absolutely.
dirty 20 on that
Dirty
survival.
20. You plot a very simple course. From the map that the captain has, it looks as if you have two approaches, Captain. One would be through the port city, which
Through
has...
the port this city.
Yeah, it does have a pretty solid defense. It is the city known as Par Salah, and or Par Salah, depending on how you want to pronounce it. Par Salah has one tower defense, as far as you know. Not very well protected because it's quite difficult to get to. It's in the middle of the channel, which keeps it quite well protected, the Changji Channel, as a matter of fact. The alternative would be to sail around the island and to try and get in through the Bay of Dakhdar, a large open bay that affords very little protection from storms.
Are we good at storms? Is that a skill we have? Oh, we have a
You
mage.
really
We'll be
want to
fine.
go through a storm? It won't be that easy. It will be very difficult. And we might die to a storm.
Well, you are the quartermaster, and therefore you know the way. What do you think? Shall
No,
we
storm.
risk the port, or
Storm's
should
bad.
we?
Storm's bad.
Storm is
But
bad.
we're very good at killing. If anybody comes on board and tries to stop us, we will kill them. We cannot kill a storm.
He ponders
Storm
about
has-
how to kill a
has
storm.
No neck. Cannot poison a storm. Storm has no weak points.
Very well. Plot
Not with
course.
that attitude, we can't.
No, there's no
Not with that
attitude. It
attitude.
literally has no body.
Well, it does have an eye,
That's
and
a
I
hurricane.
could stab it.
What about Lafluge if he does the wind thing against it?
That will just make more storm.
Yeah, fight storm with storm. That's what the saying is.
You're all going to die.
The Fluge, you can roll me 2d20 if you please. There you go. You managed to scrounge up 2,400 gold pieces of
Very nice.
bits and bobs. You've got candlesticks, you've got velvet capes, you've got a painting of some naked woman on a rock looking like she's whimsically waiting for her postal delivery. You've got all kinds of other little gold baubles and things which you've dragged onto your ship. A few of the crewmen have helped you with your haul. What are you doing with it?
So I'm gonna give him to the quartermaster. That's his job essentially to take care of that. I'm looking at showing him the woman. That stays with me, and I'm going away. That's all.
All right, you're going away. Dr. Crissard, what are you doing as the ships start to pull away from each other?
I will spend some time mending any crew that look particularly leaky.
Nice.
And once they are stabilized
Yes.
on our journey,
Yes.
I have the mend cantrip, so I will mend the ship.
Sadly, the mend cantrip doesn't do much for the ship, but you can start to repair sails and the
That's-
like.
yeah.
But yes,
That's
absolutely.
where I was going with that, yeah.
That's what you're doing. Habish has dragged supplies across. Are you going to start repairs, Habish? What are your plans?
That's exactly my plan. I'm going to get my tiniest hammer, and I'm going to begin fixing things and ordering people around.
All right, you start bashing and ordering people around, getting them
Hey,
to move.
you over there, and you, come here. Hold this here. You nail that. You swab this.
That's exactly what they start doing in blind panic. Strauss, you've set course for the port Par Salah, as per the captain's orders, I believe.
Yes.
All right, and
I didn't realize that was me. I was like, huh? Oh, yeah.
yes, Captain Redbeard, your final orders.
As Captain Redbeard
Watching the ship
stands
sail away. Yep.
at the front of the ship, he has his hand sort of firmly behind his back, and he says, "Revenge comes closer every day, and I thank all the gods, even for all of their blessings upon this day. We shall find the treasure, lads, and we shall all receive our just rewards. And those that cross us, those that get in our way." He raises his hand, and as he does, he issues an order for one of the orcs with a mangonel to fire a last remaining kind of bolt over to the hull, which is severely damaged on the other ship.
Right, you are. He fires. Oh god, please let this hit, please let this hit. Oh dear. Wait, what was his name? I hope this hits.
Yes!
It slams into the side of their ship, dealing a whopping 35 points of damage.
I watch emotionlessly as this happens.
She starts to lean to the side. There's this massive rent that's been opened up. You can see a whole lot of crewmen standing inside, looking very surprised and all looking up at the ceiling of the ship. Now they're looking at the giant hole in the side of their ship. As that happens.
Oh, man.
And
such is the fate that awaits those who cross the Redbeard Pirates. Hey!
there's lots of cheering from the background. Someone roll me a d10, please.
Ooh!
As the cheering goes up, Captain, you hear this very strange sound, very timid little voice. As you look down in terror, a barrel bumps against the side of your hull. Surprise! and then there's an explosion. Thank you all for playing. We,
Amazing. Perfect.
Fine justice.
I hope you guys had fun. I certainly did.
That was great. That was awesome. Thank you so much.
That was so much fun.
That was very cool. Very cool.
I
Always
appreciate
good
it.
time.
I really
Yes,
appreciate
very nice.
your time. I really do. And so the treasure of Uranta One's tomb will have to remain hidden. Well, until it is
Oh,
found, I
darn.
suppose. Yes. All right. Thank you so much for playing, gents and lady. I really do appreciate your time that you have spent here. I really do. And for all of you watching, fantastic to have you watching the show. I really do hope that you enjoyed it as much as I did. And if you do want to join the Kickstarter, go and have a look at the link down below if you want to get your hand on a copy of the book, which these rules were based upon. Until we meet
Mark your own surprises.
Yeah, lots of surprises.
Lots of surprises, definitely.
Oh,
definitely.
Actually, regarding that, I've got a quick question. Are these characters going to be available as NPCs in your book?
Yeah, we'll put them in the book, I think.
Yeah.
I think we'll put them in the book. You'll have to tell me how to spell ach.
Oh, it's as it sounds.
I feel there may be exclamation points involved, but we can have a chat about that. Sorry for just introducing a god, but you didn't give me one. I
you go.
decided we needed one.
I think that's
In other dialects, it's pronounced ak.
But that is a breakaway cult, and we all know what happens.
Yeah.
Right,
No, no,
exactly.
Oh my goodness, that's one battle to look for. Anyway, until next time, thank you all for watching from all of us here. Jacob from XP to Level 3, Dave from Nerdarchy, Janet and Demetrius from World Anvil, and of course Michael from Dead Aussie Gamer, and myself from this channel, How to Be a Great GM. Thank you all, and goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.